Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Learning Path. This is Dr. Meena, Head Department of Commerce from Petition College, Chennai. Thank you all for your support for reaching more than 100 subscribers. In this video, I'm going to explain some more problems in standard costing and variance analysis under material variances. Once again, I thank you all the subscribers. Let me discuss the problems in standard costing under material variances. The first problem is, look at the problem, manufacturing concern which has adapted standard costing furnishes the following information. The information we have separately for standard as well as for actual. Look at the information available for the standard, what is given first of all. Analyze what is given in the problem and what we need to calculate for calculating the variances which is given in the problem. So under standard costing, whatever variances you are going to calculate, look at the problem, what information is available with this, then how to work out the answers by doing the working notes. So as per this problem, we have the standard materials for 70 kgs of finish, 100 kgs. So we need 100 kgs of materials for 70 kgs and the price per kg is available. This is regarding the information for standard. So regarding standard, we have only two information, that is price per kg and then what is the material requirement for the 70 kgs of product. 70 kgs of finish here, it represents the output. So for producing 70 kgs, we need how many materials? So 100 kgs. So next information, we need to look at that. The output, actual output was given, that is 2,10,000 kgs. And material used is 2,80,000 kgs. Cost of materials was given 2,52,000. So actual output is here, that is 2,10,000 kgs. And for that, we use the materials 2,80,000. The cost of materials 2,80,000, for getting 2,80,000 kgs of materials, we incurred actual cost as 2,50,000. So here we are not having the information about the actual price per kg. So how we can calculate actual price per kg for this information is, we have the cost of materials, we have the material used. By making use of this two information, you will come to know what is the price per kg. Now look at the questions. What are the questions in this problem? We need to calculate the price variance, material usage variance, material cost variance. Now look at the next slide, how we proceed into the problem. The first one, I made calculation, how to calculate the material price variance for the given information. First of all, we need to write the formula correctly. It is already, I insist in the video, that is whenever you are calculating price variance, how to recall the formulas easily. You must understand the concept. Without understanding the theoretical concept, you cannot mug up many formulas. So I have an understanding over the concept in the question itself. That is material price variance. We are going to calculate the variance about the price. So we need to compare the standard price with the actual price. So on the actual quantity, it's a difference between the standard price as well as actual price on the actual quantity. So how we are going to work out this problem. So we have the actual quantity used as per the problem is available, and the standard price per kg is 1, that is also available, but actual price per kg is not available. That only we calculated in this working notes, that is cost of material divided by material used. So cost of material is 2,50,000 and then material used is 2,80,000. Just have a look over again the problem. We made calculation on the actual price per kg. We need to calculate the actual price per kg because we have the standard price per kg. The standard price per kg is available in the problem itself. No, want to know the actual price per kg, but it is not given in the problem. But for the calculation, we have the information. Cost of material is 2,50,000. For 2,80,000 kg means what is for 1 kg? That's what we calculated here. 2,52,000 divided by 2,80,000. What is the actual price per kg? That is 90 pice. That's what I mentioned, the 0.90 star mark. That is, we have the working over here. So 2,80,000 is the actual quantity. What is that? Metal used is 2,80,000. So 2,80,000 into what is the standard price per kg? 1 minus 90 pice. So what is the price variance? 28,000 favorable. How it is favorable answer? We inferred. I mean, we concluded 1 minus 0.90, we get 0.10. So 0.10 is an positive answer. Into 2,80,000, what is the answer? Rupees 28,000 favorable. We are getting the answer in a positive way. So that's what we mentioned the answer in the sense favorable. Now this is all about the calculation of material price variance as per the problem. Once again, repeat, actual price is not given. We calculate the actual price by using this two information: cost of material, metal used. So we come to a conclusion. What is the actual price per kg? 95. For this calculation only we need this information. Next we'll move on to the calculation of material quantity variance, or we used to call it as usage variance or volume variance. So how to calculate the material usage variance? What is the formula? Again, I'm telling, we will have a strategy how to calculate the various material variance, how to recall the formulas. Here the usage, the quantity. So in the brackets, you need to compare the quantity standard as well as the actual quantity. Actual quantity has to be compared with the standard quantity, but remind that standard quantity for actual output. Standard quantity for actual output. Whether the problem has information or we need to calculate, we need to look into the problem. Each and every question, standard quantity for actual output is available in the problem. So outer column we have standard price. So whenever you are going to calculate the usage or quantity, within the brackets you have the quantity, standard quantity minus actual quantity, and then within the brackets you have standard price. You need to multiply with that. Then look at the standard quantity for actual output is not available directly in the problem. We need to calculate, but the actual quantity used is given. Look at this problem once again. The actual quantity material used is 2,80,000 kgs. That is available in the question itself. But the standard quantity for the actual output. What is the actual output? Look at the problem once again. Actual output is 2,10,000 kgs. For this 2,10,000 actual output is how much of standard materials we put as a yardstick are the norms. But it is not available for 2,10,000 kgs, but it is available for materials for 70 kgs of finish. We need 100 kgs of materials. Can you understand? Standard output, that is standard quantity is given. Standard quantity is given. How it was given? We are going to make use 100 kgs of materials for producing 70 kgs of the finished product. I mean standard output of 70 kgs means we are going to use 100 kgs. Then we need to calculate what is on actual output 2,10,000 kgs. So with the information available, we use this information and do the calculation what is for actual output 2,10,000. So this is the way how I can calculate. Look at the workings. Calculation of standard quantity for actual output. For 70 kgs of output, we need 100 kgs of material, means for 2,10,000 kgs of output is equal to question mark. This is the actual output. So if you are doing the cross multiplication, you will come to know what is the standard quantity, that is 3 lakhs kgs. So this is the way how I calculate the standard quantity for actual output. So 3 lakhs minus 2,80,000. This is the actual quantity already given in the problem. So what is the answer? 3 lakhs minus 2,80,000, 20,000 into 1. It is favorable. So this is the way how you can calculate the variance for material quantity or usage variance. So in this calculation, We don't know about the standard quantity for actual output, but we know standard quantity for actual output is given, that is for 70 kgs of output for 100 kgs material we use. So how much of the how much we needed for 2,10,000 kgs of output. So this is the way we calculated the standard quantity for actual output. This is the standard quantity. What is for actual output? I think you understood. Next, we'll move on to the third variance, material cost variance. And whenever you are going to calculate the material cost variance, either you work out based on the formula, or you can have this short way how to calculate the material cost variance, because already I insisted material cost variance is the summation of price variance and quantity variance. Once you calculate the price variance and quantity variance and get the answer over here and calculate the cost variance, because cost variance is equal to price variance plus quantity variance. Price variance is 28,000 and quantity variance is 20,000 as per our working. Look at this answers in the previous slide. Material price variance we calculated 28,000 and volume variance, I mean quantity usage variance is 20,000. That's what I mentioned over here. That is 28,000 favorable plus 20,000 favorable, 48,000. So cost variance we calculated as 48,000. So we have the same answer. Either you can calculate this way, price variance plus quantity variance, it gives 48,000 as cost variance. Or else you can apply the formula. What is the formula to calculate material cost variance? Standard price into standard quantity minus actual price into actual quantity. So standard price 1, standard quantity is 3 lakhs, actual price is 0.90, and then actual quantity is 2,80,000. So compare this answers and get the standard, that is material cost variance as 48,000. So either you can go ahead with the formula, or you can have the short way. When you calculate the price variance and quantity variance, get the summation, that is your cost variance. So this is a verification I made it here. When you have time, you can cross verify whether you did the answers correctly or not. I think you understand this problem. Next, one more problem I will explain in this video. Look at this problem. From the given particulars, find out the following variances. Again, they are asked material cost variance, price variance, material usage variance. And look at this problem. What is the information available? Value of materials purchased 3,000 units. Then value of materials purchased 9,000. So how many units they purchased? 3,000 units. And what is the value of the material purchase? 9,000. So how many units they purchased and what is the value? 3,000 units they purchased. What what is the value of the 3,000 units means 9,000. Through this you will come to know what is the price per unit. What is the price per unit? 9,000 divided by 3,000 means what is the price per unit? Rupees 3. Then next line, standard quantity of material required per ton of finished product is 25 units. Again, I am insisting this point. Standard quantity of material required per ton of finished product. Try to have an understanding what is given the problem. For producing 1 ton, for producing 1 ton, I need how many units? 25 units as per the standard. Again, repeating, for producing 1 ton, I need 25 units of material as per standard. Have an understanding what I am trying to explain when I am going to work out the solution. And next is rate per unit as per standard. What is the rate per unit as per standard? That is 2 rupees. Opening stock of material was given as nil. Closing stock of material is given 500 units. And then finished production during the year is 80 tons. So when you have this kind of information in the problem for calculating material variance, how we are going to proceed this problem to get the answer. Now look into the solution. The first thing I made calculation as material cost variance. So I applied the formula as usual formula, and SP into SQ minus AP into AQ. And then standard price, and then what is we need to calculate what is the actual quantity and standard quantity. So both the information is not available directly in this problem. Have an understanding. Again, I'm repeating, actual quantity as well as standard quantity is not directly given in the problem. We need to calculate. One more point I want to highlight. Whenever you have the information about the material purchase, you should not consider for calculating the material price variances. You need to consider only the actual material used for the purpose of calculating material price variance. That's what I mentioned in the note. Look at the note. It should be noted that the price variance should be computed for the material used and not what is purchased. Have this note always in your mind. Whenever you are calculating the material price variance, you should consider only the used, not on the purchase. So why I want to highlight this point in this problem means because we have information about the purchase. So we should not use this information for calculating price variance. We need to calculate what is the actual quantity used and then what is the material used for the production purpose. Now, what are the calculation we need to uh, do in this problem to calculate the material cost variance? We need to calculate the standard quantity. We need to calculate the actual quantity. Now look at the workings. The first workings I made here, calculation of actual quantity. For this, I need to apply this formula. Have a note in this. Whenever you have information, opening stock, purchase or closing stock information, make use of this formula to know the actual quantity. So as per this formula, opening stock is nil as per this problem. Purchase was given as 3000 units and closing stock was given as 500 units. So what is the actual quantity? 2500 units. So whenever you have this kind of problem, make use of this formula to know the actual quantity, that is 2500 units. So I calculate the actual quantity. Next, I need to calculate the standard quantity. How I calculate 2000? Now look at the next workings. The next working I made it here, that is what is the price per unit. Already I explained when I started reading the problem itself, how I calculate the actual rate. Look at the problem, 9000 divided by 3000, that is the actual rate, that is price per unit as per actual. The third calculation under the working notes is calculation of standard usage of material required for action. That is, what is the standard quantity for actual output? Now, make use of the information given in the problem. For producing 1 ton, we need 25 units. That's what is given in the problem. I asked you to note down when I was reading the problem. We need 25 units of material for producing 1 ton. Then what is for 80 tons of finished product? So where it is given 80 tons, look at the last information the problem. Finished production is actual output. So what is the actual output? 80 tons. So whenever you are going to calculate the standard quantity, that standard quantity of material for actual output. Have it in your mind, standard quantity for actual output. So as per the information, for producing 1 ton, we need 25 units means actual production is how much? 80 tons is equal to question mark. Have a cross multiply 80 to 25 divided by 1. What is the standard quantity for actual output of 80 tons means that is 2000 units. So as per the standard, we need 2000 units of raw materials for producing 80 tons. So we have the standard quantity for actual output. Now go back to the explanation of how I made the calculation of cost variance. We calculate the standard quantity as 2000, actual quantity as 2500, and standard price is 2 and actual price is 3. So compare and do this calculation. And when we are doing this calculation, here we got 4000 minus 7500. So you will get the negative answer. Now why you are getting negative answers? The actual cost is more than your standard cost. So the variance is not favorable, that is adverse, because the actual is more than your standard. That is not a favorable for the company. That's what we mentioned as adverse. Okay, then so I want to explain again this calculation material cost variance. We need to calculate the actual quantity, standard quantity, as well as the actual price. So this, without this three calculation of working hours, we could not able to do the material cost variance for this kind of problems. Next is material price variance. As usual formula, you know, standard price minus actual price within the brackets, because it's a price variance, that answer to be multiplied with the actual quantity. Actual quantity, I mentioned the star mark because we made a working hours. So 2,500 into 2 minus 3. So minus 1 we are getting in the brackets, minus 1 into 2,500. So we are getting 2,500 as adverse answer. And next is quantity variance. How we are going to calculate the quantity variance? So within the brackets, it's a quantity. So standard quantity minus actual quantity. But one more wording you need to add: standard quantity for actual output. So outer column, you have standard price. Okay. So have a strategy how to recall the formulas first. So in case price means in the brackets, you will get the price. In case it is usage means in the brackets, you are going to differentiate between the standard quantity with the actual quantity. So as per this calculation, the standard quantity is 2,000, actual quantity is 2,500. So minus 500 within the brackets we are getting minus 500 into 2 minus 1,000. That's what we mentioned, rupees 1,000 within the brackets. Whenever you're getting negative answer, your answer must to be mentioned within the brackets as adverse or A. In case you are getting positive answer, you need to mention as favorable as A. I think you understood the material price variance and material quantity variance. We finished calculating the material cost variance. So have a cross verification. I made it here in the next slide. That is, cost variance is equal to price variance and quantity variance. Always, I insisted to have this verification whether your answers are correct. Cost variance is the summation of price and quantity. Cost variance we calculated as 3,500 adverse, but the price variance 2,500 and usage variance 1,000. So 2,500 adverse plus 1,000 adverse. It is also the calculation has come as 3,500 adverse. So left side as well as the right side answer is same. So our calculations and our answers are correct. So this is the way how you can cross verify yourself whether the cost variance and price variance, quantity variance answers are correct. Okay. I hope this video will be very useful for you to have more understanding on material variances. If you want more videos, subscribe, share, comment below. Click the bell button so you will be notified when I post a video. Thank you for watching. See you again in next video.